Shalom, brothers and sisters. So, we are very much focused on what's happening in the world, the darkness, the encroaching storm, the arriving tribulation, the rise of Antichrist imminently happening right after our departure, all these things, and who's he going to be, what's happening, all those things. So, this morning I want to read you a piece from Daniel, and I want to show you where our focus should be and why it should be that. So, Daniel chapter 7. I'm going to read from verse 8 to verse 14, and I'm going to highlight a few pieces for you specifically. So it begins like this. I was considering the horns, and there was another horn, a little one, coming up among them, before whom 3 of the first horns were plucked out by the roots, and there in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and the mouth speaking pompous words. Right, so this is a description of Antichrist and how he comes to power. He's part of this coalition of rulers, and he plucks out 3 of them and takes their authority and establishes himself basically. So it begins with this little horn. Now in the Old Testament, in ancient days, a horn was a symbol of power and who you were, but he's a little horn, so we're denigrating him to what he is: pointless, useless, for a very small time going to influence the world, but he's a little horn. All right, so he's in perspective now. Now it comes to the interesting piece. Verse 9 and 10. I watched till thrones were put in place, and the Ancient of Days was seated. His garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head was like pure wool. His throne was a fiery flame, its wheels a burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. 1,000 thousands ministered to him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The court was seated and the books were opened. This is a description of God in heaven. From a different Bible, let me read you the same piece. And as I watched, thrones were set in place, and the Ancient One took his seat. His clothing was white as snow, the hair on his head like pure wool. His throne was fiery flames with wheels of burning fire. A stream of fire flowed from his presence. Thousands and thousands ministered to him. Millions and millions stood before him. Then the court was convened and the books were opened. Amazing, powerful. This is where your focus should be. This is where your devotion and your love should be. Your absolute everything. That is my God. What power can stand against him? What can bring any formidable charge or challenge to his rulership, kingship, authority? Nothing. And I watched then, because of the sound of the pompous words which the horn was speaking. I watched till the beast was slain, and its body destroyed and given to the burning flame. As for the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. Verse 13. I was watching in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man, coming with the clouds of heaven. He came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Then to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom the one which shall not be destroyed. Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, the King of glory, my Redeemer, my Savior, my friend. There's your focus. God and the Son of God. God in control. God all-powerful. God coming to establish his kingdom forever and ever. Focus on God. Eyes up, people. Eyes up. Shalom.